Morning everyone, it's Tremia and it is 5:30 in the morning. Dwayne's getting ready to go to work and our morning routine is turned into he comes and wakes me up and we do my blood glucose checking, and I get my shot of long-acting and short-acting insulin, and also I get my Forteo injection. Forteo is for severe and critical osteoporosis, and it's an injection that I have to take every day, and you take it for 2 years, and after 2 years it's done all the work it's going to do, and it's stronger than like Fosamax or Boniva. Like I said, it's a daily injection, and here in April it'll be a month since I started it, and we'll do another bone density scan and we'll see if there's any improvement, and we'll go from there. If my bones have strengthened, I'll be able to start physical therapy. I haven't been able to do that because my back doctor said it would be a year out before I could do any physical exertion, because otherwise my bones could just break, and my whole back has already been, each vertebrae basically has been broken, compression fractures, I guess, and the next thing would probably be my hips, and he said at the level of my osteoporosis, with it being so critical, that if I broke a hip, at the very best, I'd only get back 50% usage. No. So, yeah, it's hard to think that you could just turn around and break a bone, and it scares you, and you really watch, what you're doing, and, I'm making sure and being careful as I can be not to fall down, but I did fall down a couple of weeks ago. So, today, my personal care aide's going to be here around 9. My home health care nurse will be here around 10. And then I have a rheumatology appointment in the afternoon. So it's going to be a very, very, very busy day. Time to start getting ready for my doctor's appointment. I got to fix my hair. I have a personal care aide, and I'll tell you about that here in a little bit, but she'll be back here to fix it for me because I'm already out of breath just getting back here, and that's using my scooter, and I can't lift my arms above my head. I just took my pulse with my oximeter, and it's like 130 beats per minute, so I got to sit here and rest and let it go down and get It's so windy here. It's supposed to get 60-mile-per-hour winds today. Don't even know why I'm fixing my hair, because it's going to look worse than that when I head into the doctor's office. I just need to go as is. See, my butterfly rash is making its appearance right in time for the doctor's appointment. Found out that beauty product stuff, and I'm meaning like this, and I had a can of the Aussie hairspray, that they go rancid. I wasn't gone for the year being in the hospital, and I just started using them. So, it's been a good 15 months since I'd actually used these products. And, oh my gosh, I went to spray that hairspray on my hair, and I mean, it was just rotten. It went rancid. And the same with this. But I'm testing all my stuff before I go straight to my hair with it, because when I put that hairspray on, I had a shampoo. My rheumatologist waiting in the the patient room. And like I said, there's probably no need to even try to fix my hair, because I'm having those sweats and my hair is just soaking wet after the effort putting in, trying to make it look decent. I said I just need to get one of those twisty turban things that you put on your hair when you get out of the shower and just wear it. My doctor, she said, the further away I'm getting out of the hospital, I guess we're going on almost 4 months, the better she's feeling, because she goes, remember, I was quite frank and candid with you when you got out, that if I went back into the hospital within the first 6 months, that she didn't think I was going to make it back out of the hospital. And so she says she's starting to feel better and more confident, which made me feel better. Gave me a little bit more pep in my step. And she said all the issues that I'm having now, like the parotid glands being swollen, and, the cushingoid, and my eyes being really puffy, and I have these lumps underneath my skin that are really showing. She said it all goes back to the steroids. That my skin and that, your fat repositions. And so like the lumps that you see under my skin are always there, but usually you have all that subcutaneous tissue covering it up. But now my arms and my legs are so thin that, I'm seeing those lumps and bumps, so it's not anything to worry about. My back's having a spasm. And we're talking about, she says the pain pump, she's excited about it, and that's going to be the next step to getting me up out of the bed and out of the wheelchair so we can start physical therapy. And I told her my oncologist, he's really concerned about infections, not infections right up front when I'm having the surgery, because, they basically bombard you with antibiotics. What he's worried about is like a year or two down the line, when my blood, or if my blood gets infected again, it's going to see that foreign body and just go for it and land on it and just colonize. And that's what happened to my 2 ports. And he said, to think long and make serious consideration of it. And if, he's that questionable about it, I was very concerned. Said we need to look at it this way. If we get a year out of it and it gets me up out of the bed to where I can start physical therapy and everything, it's worth it, and we'll take it out at that point. But this is basically our only choice right now, and that we need to go ahead and take a hold of it. They call it a trial period or trial, but it's really, that's not the best choice of words, because they go in and they basically test you for that day to see if you are going to have any pain relief, and they take it back out, and then you have to wait at least 2 weeks, at the least 2 weeks to make sure no infection sets in. And then based upon the doctor's schedule, you're scheduled for the surgery, and which is a 3-hour surgery to get that placed. And it's inpatient, so it's not anything minor. And so she said she's excited about it, and we just need to look forward to what it'll bring. And so we are. And also, she wants me to get a lift chair, which is, basically like a reclining chair. I'll show a picture of it here. Oh, no. But it has a motor in it, that lifts you up to almost a standing position. And, you can just walk away. It's not like I have to push myself up and try to get up because I can't. And bad thing is Medicare only covers $300. And usually they don't even cover that. And they're probably not going to cover any on mine. Oh, the steroids. I'm down to, you're supposed to go down 1 milligram a month. But I've been going down, go down a milligram one day, might bounce back up a milligram the next day, go down 2 the next day, go back up 1 the next day. I'm just trying to bounce around. And so I can start getting my body without all the extra undue pain, get it used to going down to, I've been playing between 16, 17, and 18. And next week when I get my IVIG again, they always give me a dose of Solumedrol, and at that point, she wants me to drop down to 15 because I get that dose. And so, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm going to drop down to 15. When I go in for Solumedrol on Friday, my body's going to be wanting more steroid at that point, and my body's going to be feeling it, but they're going to give me that dose of Solumedrol, so that's going to take up for that lack, and then I think I can stay at 15 there out. And she said her goal is to get down to 12.5. She wants to see me to get to 12.5. So over the next couple of months, I'm going to try to get down to the 12.5. And she said, you could actually be the pitcher for Cushingoid. I said, I know it. You don't have to tell me that. And she goes, they actually ought to pay you. I said, well, if I can get paid for it, yeah. I said, go find me a gig and I'll take it. After watching the video clip of me in the lift chair, I got really upset because I know that my arms and legs have really thinned out due to the Cushingoid, because it takes the tissue, the fat from your arms and legs, and it actually repositions it to your torso and to your face. So everything that was on my arms and legs is now here, which I do not like, and on my belly, which is extremely round. And the stretch marks on my belly are getting worse, And it's odd because I got the horrible stretch marks when I was doing the stem cell transplant. And that was it's going to be 3 years in March. And I weighed 40 to 50 pounds more than what I do right now. But right now I'm that much less, but I'm getting stretch marks from the steroids, and to the point to where they're breaking open. My skin's breaking open and bleeding because it's so thin and so stretched. So I need to get down on this steroid as quickly and as safely as I can. But going back to my legs, in that clip I saw, it's just meat on bones. And that's disturbing. I told Dwayne, I said, I knew that they looked, or, I can feel my bones and how bony they are and that there's nothing there, but I've never seen them. And it's just disturbing to me. So the goal is to get the pain under control, get my bone mass building back up, and to start physical therapy, and to start getting my muscles and the fat and everything positioned to where it's supposed to be. I'm tired of being that poster child. And, people will come from a distance and come up to me and go, "You're on steroids, right?" It's like, yeah. And, yes, I am, and I'll talk to anybody about it, but I'd like to be off of it and be back to my normal self. It's been a long, hard week, and I'm totally worn out. I'm not as well as I'd like to be. I thought at this point, I'd be further along, but I'm not. It's just going to take it's going to just be a slow progress. And, I'm not able to walk on my own. Everything is basically done in the scooter. But this week, we changed my scooter out to my electrical wheelchair because it gives my back more support. But going to the doctor's office and all my RN visits and everything during the week, I'm just worn out and ready to try to get some rest to build back up what energy I can so I can start a new day and a new week. I'll see you guys in the next video.